This is math for real, people. What we're going to do right now is go through order of operations. You need this for any basic math class, and you need to make sure you understand it's this every single time. So looking at your computer screen, you can see it's parentheses or grouping symbols from the inside out. And then number 2 is exponents. 3 and 4, make sure you understand multiplication and division from left to right. Addition and subtraction from left to right. The left to right thing is what gets most people, because if division comes before multiplication, you will do that first. If subtraction comes before addition, when you're looking at it from left to right, you do that first. So make sure you're doing it in the correct order. I'm going to do 3 problems for you with these steps. Obviously, other problems look different, so that's why I'm going to show you 3 different ones. They're going to get a little harder each time. Let's start with this one first. First, we look at parentheses. So we want to make sure we do all the parentheses. I definitely recommend rewriting everything in that step. Don't do 2 steps at once until you are very, very comfortable with it and you know you can get it right. Parentheses gone. Cha-ching. Then we go on to exponents. Write everything else down, even the symbols, the addition and subtraction in between, the operations. 4 squared means 4 times 4, which is 16. And exponents are done. Then multiplication from left to right. Well, there's only one multiplication, so we do that first. 9 times 2 is 18. And we are left with, well, that's done. I gotta make my check marks. And then we are left with addition and subtraction. There's subtraction left. 18 minus 16 equals 2. Now that one, of course, didn't have anything that could be confusing there. So let's go ahead and take a look at another one. Okay, so here's another problem. I recommend pausing this and trying this on your own so you get a little extra practice. Remember, you're not gonna know it if you don't practice it. So come on back to me, and let's do parentheses first. Now, when you're doing parentheses, if there's more than one grouping symbol, which we do not have here, you would go from the inside out. All grouping symbols, you want to look inside of it and then restart the order of operations. So what I mean by that is if you're only looking in here, there's 2 things to do, right? There's exponents and there's adding. So you need to decide what to do first. Well, order of operations always has exponents above adding. So within your parentheses, you follow order of operations. And we get 3 squared, so 3 times 3, which is 9, and I rewrite it. Well, now I can finish it inside the parentheses and add these, and I get 12. So now I'm done with my parentheses, but I want to rewrite everything else. And I know it's time consuming, but if you keep it nice and organized, that's part of the problem people have. So now I can go to the other exponents that weren't inside my parentheses, and there's only one of them. So I can change the 2 squared to a 4 and rewrite everything else. Trust me, keeping it organized is very helpful. Multiplication and division from left to right. Well, there's only one multiplication here, so we only have to do that part. 2 times 12 is 24. And our last step is addition and subtraction from left to right. So the subtraction comes first. That's okay because we're doing it from left to right. So 24 minus 4 gives me 20. Then I do the 20 plus 5, which gives me 25. That is my final answer. So a lot of steps, a lot of writing it out, but overall that will help a lot. So let's do one more that's a little bit more lengthy. Sure. Okay, so here's a problem that's a little bit longer here. And maybe not even longer, but just different. We have a parentheses to start with, so let's get started with there. Our parentheses have 1 plus 1 in it. Well, that's nice because everybody knows 1 plus 1, I hope, is 2. And if we rewrite everything, here's the problem. A fraction bar set up this way means division, but we technically can't divide anything until we add and subtract. So a fraction bar is really saying there's parentheses on top and bottom. So that is actually a grouping symbol. The fraction bar is a grouping symbol. So we need to do the top and the bottom of this grouping symbol first. It's like putting them in parentheses like I did there. So here's 10 over 5. So 7 plus 3 gave me the 10, 11 minus 6 left me with the 5. Now I'm done with all my grouping symbols. So that's a tricky one. You won't see that until you've been working on this for a little bit here. And then we need to move on to exponents. Well, we have two exponents this time. We leave this the same. And we do 4 times 4, which is 16. And 2 squared, which is 4. And then we look at it and we say multiplication and division from left to right. So we do have a division here as a fraction bar, and that will just turn into 2 because 10 divided by 5 is 2. We rewrite the addition. And then we have another division here that we can work out second. So we would have, I'm going to move up to this side, 2 plus and 16 divided by 4, which will give you 4. And that takes care of our multiplication and division. And then the last step is to add. So I gotta change my color. So we add that and we get 2 plus 4, which is 6. And that is our final answer. So that was the tricky part on this one. Remember to practice, practice, practice your problems from your teacher, or just know how to do it from me now. Thank you.